Welcome back to SpeakFlow English, the podcast that helps you learn English the natural way with real conversations, practical tips, and lots of encouragement. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mark. And I have to share something that happened to me yesterday. I was at the grocery store and the cashier asked me a question in English. And you know what happened?
What happened?
I understood her perfectly. But then my brain did this weird thing. It translated her question into my native language. I thought of the answer in my native language. Then I had to translate it back to English before I could speak. By the time I answered, she was already giving me a strange look.
Oh, Mark, that is so relatable. And actually, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. How to stop that exhausting mental translation process and start thinking directly in English.
Yes, because honestly, it's so tiring. My brain feels like it's running a marathon every time I try to have a simple conversation.
I know exactly what you mean. And the good news is there are specific strategies you can use to train your brain to think in English naturally. That's what today's episode is all about.
Perfect. But before we dive into this game-changing topic, let's give a huge thank you to all of you amazing listeners out there. Whether you're commuting, exercising, cooking, or just relaxing, thank you for choosing to spend this time with us.
Yes, and if you're new to SpeakFlow English, welcome to our growing community. We release new episodes every week, packed with practical advice, real English conversations, and lots of motivation to keep you moving forward.
And we need your help to spread the word. If you're enjoying this podcast, please hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribing to SpeakFlow English means you'll never miss an episode, and it helps us reach more English learners around the world.
Absolutely. And please like this episode, share it with your friends who are learning English, and leave us a comment. We love hearing from you. Tell us where you're from, what challenges you're facing, or what topics you'd like us to cover next.
Every single comment, like, and share helps us grow this community. And honestly, reading your messages is the best part of our day.
So true. Okay, Mark, are you ready to help our listeners break free from mental translation and start thinking like English speakers?
I'm so ready. Let's do this.
So, today's big question is, how do you stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English?
And why does this even matter? I mean, some people might say, if I'm getting the message across, who cares if I'm translating first?
That's a great question. And here's the answer. When you're constantly translating, it creates a huge cognitive load. That's the mental effort your brain needs to process information. It's exhausting. It slows you down, and it makes conversations feel stressful instead of natural.
Exactly. Think about it like this. When you speak your native language, you don't think about grammar rules or search for words. The words just flow automatically. That's what we call automatic response.
Right. And when you think in English, you can reach that same level of natural flow. Conversations become faster, more enjoyable, and way less tiring. You can focus on what you want to say instead of how to say it.
So the goal isn't just to speak English, it's to think in English. That's when you achieve native-like fluency.
Perfectly said. And here's the main idea of today's episode. Thinking in English is a skill you can develop through specific daily practices. It's not about being gifted or talented. It's about training your brain with the right techniques.
I love that because a lot of people think, oh, I'll never be able to think in English. That's only for advanced learners or people who live in English-speaking countries.
But that's not true. Anyone can learn to think in English, no matter where they live or what level they're at. You just need the right strategies and consistent practice.
So let's break it down step by step and give our listeners a clear roadmap.
Okay, so let's start by understanding why mental translation happens in the first place. Mark, when you learned English, did you notice yourself translating a lot?
Oh, absolutely. In the beginning, every single word I heard or read went through my native language first.
It was like my brain had a translator living inside it, working overtime.
That's such a good way to describe it. And that's completely normal because when you're learning a new language, your brain naturally connects new words to words you already know. It's trying to make sense of unfamiliar information by linking it to familiar information.
Right. So, for example, if I learned the English word apple, my brain would immediately connect it to the word for apple in my native language.
Exactly. That's called indirect association. The problem is, as you get more advanced, that indirect route becomes a bottleneck. It slows you down.
So, how do we create direct association instead, where we see or hear apple and immediately think of the actual fruit, not the word in our native language?
Great question. And that's exactly what we're going to teach today. Let's start with technique number 1, label your environment in English.
Ooh, I love this one. So, you literally put English labels on objects around your house?
Yes, put a sticky note that says door on your door, mirror on your mirror, table on your table, refrigerator on your fridge.
And the reason this works is because every time you see that object, your brain makes a direct association between the English word and the actual thing, not the word in your native language.
Exactly. You're training your brain to bypass translation. And technique number 2, name objects in English as you see them.
When you're walking around, silently name everything you see in English.
So if I'm walking down the street, I think tree, car, dog, person, sky, building.
Perfect. Just one word associations. You're not translating, you're directly connecting the English word to what you see.
And technique number 3, describe your actions in English as you do them.
Oh, we talked about narration in a previous episode. This is so powerful.
Yes, while you're doing daily activities, describe them in your head using English. I'm opening the door. I'm sitting down. I'm checking my phone.
And the key here is to do it in your head using your inner voice in English, not in your native language.
Exactly. Your inner voice is the voice you hear when you think. Most people's inner voice naturally speaks in their native language, but you can train it to speak in English.
That's so cool. Okay, technique number 4. Think about your day in English. Before bed, mentally review your day, but do it entirely in English.
Yes. Today I woke up at 7. I had breakfast. I went to work. I talked to my colleague. I came home and watched TV.
Simple sentences are fine. The goal isn't perfect grammar, it's building the habit of using English as your thinking language.
Exactly. And technique number 5, make your to-do list and notes in English. When you're planning your day or taking notes, write everything in English.
This is great because it forces your brain to organize thoughts directly in English instead of translating from your native language.
Yes, and technique number 6, change your phone and computer language to English. This creates an immersion mindset, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country.
Oh, wow, that's a big step. But it's so effective because suddenly all of her notifications, menus, and apps are in English.
Exactly. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, but within a week, you'll be navigating everything naturally without thinking about it.
And technique number 7, count in English. This sounds simple, but it's powerful. When you're counting money, counting steps, or counting anything, do it in English, not in your native language.
Yes, because counting is such an automatic process. When you train yourself to count in English, you're building automatic responses in English.
I love these techniques. Now, let's talk about mindset shifts, because I think a lot of people have limiting beliefs that stop them from even trying to think in English.
Absolutely. So let's do some reframing. Instead of thinking, I can't think in English, I'm not advanced enough, try saying, thinking in English is a skill I'm developing, and I get better every day.
Perfect. Or instead of, I always translate and I can't stop, say, I'm training my brain to create direct associations, and it's working.
Yes, and instead of thinking in English is only for native speakers, say, every time I practice thinking in English, I'm moving closer to native-like fluency.
Beautiful. And instead of, it feels so unnatural, say, it feels unfamiliar now, but with practice, it will become my new normal.
These mindset shifts are so important. They change your brain from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about the amazing benefits that happen when you start thinking in English.
Great idea. Benefit number 1, you'll speak faster and more fluently. When you're not translating, there's no delay between thinking and speaking.
Benefit number 2, you'll understand English faster. When you hear or read English, you'll grasp the meaning immediately instead of running it through your mental translator.
Benefit number 3, you'll feel more confident. Conversations won't feel like mental gymnastics anymore. They'll feel natural and enjoyable.
And benefit number 4, you'll enter what's called a flow state. That's when speaking English feels effortless, like you're not even thinking about it. The words just come.
Yes, and that flow state is what we all want. It's when English stops being a subject you study and becomes a language you live.
So true. Now, let's give listeners some practical daily goals they can start with today.
Perfect. Goal number 1, label 5 objects in your home with English sticky notes. Start small, maybe kitchen items or bedroom items.
Goal number 2, spend 5 minutes before bed mentally reviewing your day in English. Just simple sentences, what you did, where you went, how you felt.
Goal number 3, when you're waiting somewhere, in line, on the bus, at a doctor's office, silently name everything you see in English.
And goal number 4, change one device to English, maybe your phone or your email. Give yourself 1 week to adjust, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your brain adopts.
These goals are manageable, practical, and powerful. And listeners, remember, you don't have to do all of these at once. Pick 1 or 2 that feel doable and start there.
Exactly. Small, consistent steps are better than trying to do everything perfectly and giving up.
Now, let's share some power phrases to keep listeners motivated.
Yes, here's the first one. My brain is learning to think in English naturally. I trust the process.
Love it. Here's another. Every time I practice thinking in English, I'm building new neural pathways.
Perfect. How about, I don't need to be perfect, I just need to be consistent.
Yes, and here's one more. Thinking in English is not about talent, it's about training, and I'm training every day.
Those are powerful. Now, let's talk about fun ways to practice thinking in English, because if it's not enjoyable, people won't stick with it.
Absolutely. So here are some fun ideas. Play games in English. If you like word games, crossword puzzles, or apps like Wordle, do them in English.
Great idea. Or watch a TV show or movie in English without subtitles. Don't worry about understanding every word, just immerse yourself in the sound and flow of English.
Yes, or listen to English podcasts while you're doing something else, like this one. Let English become background noise in your life.
Or read books in English that you've already read in your native language. Because you know the story, your brain can focus on the English without getting lost.
Ooh, that's smart. Or keep a journal in English. Write about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences using English as your expression language.
I love that. And here's a fun one. Have imaginary conversations in English. Pretend you're talking to a friend, a celebrity, or even yourself, but do it entirely in English.
That's great. And here's the beautiful cycle that happens. You practice thinking in English regularly, which reduces your cognitive load. Your brain starts creating direct associations, which speeds up your comprehension. You can respond automatically, which builds confidence. And when you feel confident, you practice even more.
It's that positive upward spiral. And eventually you reach the flow state where English just feels natural.
Exactly. And here's something important. Don't be discouraged if your inner voice still speaks your native language sometimes. That's normal. You're building a new habit, and habits take time.
Right. Some days will feel easier than others. Some days you'll catch yourself thinking in English naturally, and other days you'll slip back into translation. That's okay.
Yes, progress isn't linear. It's about the overall trend, not perfection every single day.
And here's a powerful tip. Celebrate small wins. Maybe today you thought about what to have for lunch in English instead of your native language. That's progress.
Or maybe you counted your change in English without thinking about it. Celebrate that.
Every single small win is proof that your brain is changing. Acknowledge it.
Okay, everyone, we're coming to the end of today's episode. Mark, can you summarize the main points for our listeners?
Of course. So today we talked about what mental translation is and why it slows you down and creates cognitive load. The goal of thinking in English, achieving native-like fluency through direct association. 7 practical techniques. Label your environment, name objects as you see them, describe your actions, review your day in English, write notes and lists in English, change device languages, and count in English. Mindset shifts to overcome limiting beliefs about thinking in English. Benefits you'll experience: faster speaking, quicker comprehension, more confidence, and reaching a flow state. Small daily goals to start building this skill today. Power phrases for motivation. Fun ways to practice. Games, shows without subtitles, podcasts, reading, journaling, imaginary conversations, and the positive cycle that leads to natural, effortless English.
Perfect summary. And here's the most important message. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone's journey is different. The only question that matters is, am I a little bit better than yesterday?
Yes, maybe yesterday you translated every single thought, and today you had one moment where you thought in English naturally. That's growth.
Exactly. Celebrate those small wins. They're the building blocks of native-like fluency.
And remember, thinking in English isn't reserved for advanced learners or people who live abroad. It's a skill anyone can develop with the right techniques and consistent practice.
You just need patience, consistency, and a willingness to feel a little uncomfortable at first. But trust us, it gets easier.
So here's a challenge for you. Pick one technique from today's episode and try it for the next 7 days. Just one. Don't overwhelm yourself.
Great challenge. And after 7 days, notice how you feel. Is it getting easier? Are there moments when English thoughts come naturally? We bet the answer will be yes.
Okay, before we go, we want to ask for your support. If this episode helped you or inspired you, please subscribe to SpeakFlow English right now. Your subscription helps us create more episodes for learners like you.
And please share this episode with a friend who's learning English. Maybe you could even practice together, challenging each other to think in English for 5 minutes a day.
And leave us a comment. Tell us, what technique will you try first? Or share a moment when you caught yourself thinking in English naturally. We'd love to hear your stories.
We'll be back next week with another episode filled with practical tips, real conversations, and lots of encouragement to keep you moving forward.
Until then, remember, your brain is incredibly adaptable. You can train it to think in English. You've got this.
So go ahead, start today. Label one object, describe one action, bank one thought in English. Every small step counts.
Keep learning, stay positive, and most importantly, give your brain permission to think differently.
Bye, everyone. Keep flowing with English.
Bye. Remember, your inner voice can speak English too.